San Juan Regional Medical Center is your community hospital, committed to making life better for the communities we are privileged to serve. In fact, better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. What matters most to our patients matters most to us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so you can get the quality care you need right here at home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, celebrating life better here since 1910. 11 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Thursday morning, November 17th, 2022. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, of course, you can always listen to us at 103.3 FM, or if you're anywhere else on the planet, you can check us out on our website, ksje.com, or ask your smart speaker to play KSJE if you don't have a radio nearby, and guess what? It will do just that. Welcome also to our viewers who are watching us this morning. Of course, KSJE is a community-supported visual radio station, so we welcome our viewers who are watching the program on the KSJE Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter account today. Coming up in just a few moments, we are going to be talking about the Echo Food Bank and San Juan County, and of course the cities of Aztec, Farmington, and Bloomfield. There's been a big food drive underway through the past few weeks and months to all to benefit the Echo Food Bank. The weigh-off is happening later on today. We'll be talking a bit about that event and the need for donations for the Echo Food Bank at this time of year and throughout the year. That program in just a moment here on KSJE for you this morning. Then later on this hour, we'll be checking in with Ed Cabody. He is performing tonight here at San Juan College, a lecture commemorating Native American Heritage Month. He has a band called the Yodis, and he'll be here with his band this weekend as well. They have a performance scheduled, I believe, Saturday. We'll learn more about that coming up later on this hour at 8:50 a.m. when I talk with Ed Cabody here on KSJE. Next hour, Mick Hess will be here roving with the arts. Mick is playing some music from the great composer Silvestri. That's coming up today on KSJE, Roving with the Arts at 9:06. And don't forget today, of course, it's Native Art Voices of the Four Corners, our program once a month at 9:30 with Vanaya Yazi. She is kind of getting the script flipped on her a bit today because instead of being the host of the program, she is the guest. She is an artist in her own right, and we'll be talking with her. Flo Trujillo from the Northwest New Mexico Arts Council will be doing the honors, talking with Vanaya Yazi today on Native Art Voices of the Four Corners at 9:30 here on KSJE. Don't forget, you can also connect with us on our Instagram page in addition to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you're a podcast person, we invite you to connect with KSJE Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. So you can check it out on all those usual places like Spotify and iTunes and iHeartRadio and Google Podcasts and Pandora. Maybe discover a new program that you may have missed recently. We always tell you that visual radio can take you places. Here's a nice scene of some snow in Vermont in the Mad River Valley from just a few moments ago this morning. A nice snowy scene with the river flowing under the covered bridge in Vermont where the current temperature is 31 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, as you can see there this morning. Here in Farmington, it is colder but sunnier, I can say. Sunshine outside our studios here at San Juan College. It's 20 degrees at the moment, and we're expecting a sunny day today with a high of 42 in Farmington this afternoon. Clear and 20 overnight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies on Friday with a high of 43 degrees, 70 degrees Friday night. Then sunshine returns with a high of 43 on Saturday, 44 for a high on Sunday and Monday. And then, of course, sunshine with a high of 46 in the forecast for Tuesday. Thursday morning here on KSJE, and we are talking about the upcoming big food drive between San Juan County and some of the other cities in San Juan County, all to benefit the Echo Food Bank. And so my guest this morning from the Echo Food Bank, Nanette Pinkney, is here this morning, the Executive Director. Good morning. Welcome back to KSJE.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Good to have you here. And, of course, Mr. San Juan County, Devin Neeley, is here as well, Public Relations Manager. Good morning.
Correct.
Thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you. You know, some people call me Mr. Hollywood, but I don't know if that's applicable in this situation.
I think it could be, because you have to eat in Hollywood, and we're talking about food.
True, yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
So anyway, but great to have both of you here.
Thanks for having us.
This could devolve quickly. I'm hoping it doesn't, because you're all very competitive. And but I guess the good news is that the Echo Food Bank benefits from the competitiveness of the county and the cities, right, Nanette?
Oh, absolutely. It's a friendly competition that definitely benefits the food bank and all of those in need in San Juan County.
Right, but bragging rights are on the line, are they not? For which entity brings in the most food in this 13th annual Food Drive Challenge?
Oh, yeah, definitely some bragging rights and the wonderful little Mr. Potato Head trophy that they get to keep for the whole year.
There you go. And we don't have a picture of that. I wish we did, but we don't. So sorry about that. But Devin Neeley, fill in the blanks a little bit. Now, this is a big deal that the county is getting behind and encouraging the cities to also join in this effort.
Yeah, this is the 13th year, as you said, of the San Juan County Food Drive Challenge. And what this started out as is a competition between San Juan County departments. Who can raise the most food, collect the most food for the Echo Food Bank? It was just within our departments.
Your people aren't competitive, are they? County workers, are they? I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I'll talk more about some of the underhanded tactics that we've seen here in a little while. But the reason, and in fact, I don't know if you know this history, behind the Potato Head trophy is at one point the assessor, Clyde Ward, went up to Nappy and bought an inordinate amount of potatoes. We're talking 500 pounds of potatoes.
Okay.
And won within the San Juan County departments with that many potatoes. And so that led itself to the Mr. Potato Head trophy.
When you have a lot of bags lying around the office, you start thinking creatively,
exactly.
I suppose, right?
You got it.
All
you got it. So since it started out within the county, we decided that to make this more of a community-wide effort, a bigger effort for the Echo Food Bank, we wanted to extend this to the other municipalities. So that we can prove our dominance, really, in charity and kind-heartedness and giving. It didn't work out quite like we planned. San Juan County has never won the Mr. Potato Head trophy since it became a county-wide effort.
Right.
This year's the first year. I'm just sure of that. This morning when we weigh in, I'm just positive San Juan County is going to win.
Today is the day.
Yeah, today's the day.
Today is the day. You'll be weighing, all the other entities will be weighing their food, and we'll declare a winner.
Correct. So, and it's important to note, this isn't overall pounds. This is averaged by pounds per employee. So we make it very easy for Aztec and
Bloomfield
to win.
Pounds of food, not the employee's weight.
Correct. That's another challenge.
That is
very
different. That's after the holidays, I'm afraid.
True. Yes. Let's do that in January.
Yes, sir.
We try to make it easier on the smaller municipalities to win. We want to give them a fighting chance.
Sure.
And that's the only reason that Aztec and Bloomfield have won. It's not because they're better at anything than we are. It's because they have fewer employees, with 60, 70 employees for those two municipalities.
But they're bringing in a lot of food, apparently.
They are bringing in quite a bit of food.
And so this is, for folks who aren't watching us this morning on the radio, this is a friendly competition between San Juan County and the cities of Aztec, Bloomfield, and Farmington.
Correct.
And so they have all been working these last few weeks to gather up food, and they'll all be kind of weighed in today.
Correct. Today.
What time? High noon? Is it high noon? Is it like very dramatic?
It sort of trickles in starting around 10:30, and everybody brings their different barrels in. We make it complicated because we still have an inter-county by department challenge. So that's still a part of this.
Okay. There's another inside the county.
Correct. So we have to weigh it all by department for the county. The rest of the organizations, we just get it all up on the scale and weigh it out, average it by employees, and it's the highest number of pounds per person collected.
Right.
In years past, Aztecs showed up with 3 dozen frozen turkeys.
That'll do it.
It was my understanding that Chief Heel would kind of lean on the business owners in Aztec to help their average. I don't know if that's happening anymore, but the last, I believe, 3 years, Bloomfield has won the Food Drive Challenge, and Aztec was, I think, 6 or 7 years before that. But Scott, the bottom line is, over the years, 92 tons of food have been collected for the Echo Food Bank, and we found out this year that this is the largest food drive for Echo every year.
How about that? How about that?
Yeah, even if the county isn't winning, we'll take that title.
That's true. That's very true. You've helped to make this happen, and so that's an important thing. And so, Nanette Pinkney, let me come back to you a little bit about the need for food at the Echo Food Bank. The demand is still there. The need is still there. I'm certain of that. And I know this year maybe you won't see as many turkeys because I know they're pretty pricey. But you never know. You never know what shows up. But I'm sure you can put it to good use, right? No matter what gets turned in.
Oh, absolutely. Anything. We can put it to good use for sure.
Right. And for dealing with all these entities, I mean, are they fairly easy to work with despite the trash talking that we're hearing this morning?
Oh, after 13 years, you think we'd just be used to it, right?
You would think, right? No?
Yeah, it's friendly competition.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very good.
it's all great.
I'm just thinking about all the equal time I have to give now to the cities of Aztec and Bloomfield and Farmington from what Devin has said. But that is really great. And so these items, is there any limitations as to what these entities, the city and the county, cities and the county could gather for food? It all goes into the boxes, right?
Right. It goes all into the boxes, and there's really no limits. Preferably non-perishable foods, just because they keep longer during the food drive.
Sure.
Obviously. So, I mean, anything for the holiday boxes would be great. Potato flakes, stuffing mixes, gravies, canned vegetables, canned fruits, things like that. So, we'll take it all. We'll make it work.
Right. And what is the percentage, again, you told me before we came on the air this morning, of the number of families or the percentage of population of the county that is what we would call, I guess, food insecure or in need of food services?
Right. So according to Feeding America's Map the Meal Gap, it's about 17% of San Juan County's residents, or over 21,000 individuals. And that includes children also.
Right. So that's a lot. That's a lot of people that your agency is helping day in, day out, I would say, right?
Right. I wouldn't think that we're hitting the whole 21,000. I think there's probably still people out there that could utilize us, access us, be eligible. But I think we probably hit, a good 50-60% of that number.
Right, right. And of course, coming out of the pandemic, you were saying that the need is still pretty high, not as high maybe as was during the peak of COVID-19, but certainly still high.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, considered pre-COVID and then COVID and then now, it's still higher than pre-COVID, but less than during the heaviest times of COVID. So the need is still very obvious and still very predominant. Got you.
And so for folks who are watching, listening to us this morning, I know if maybe they haven't been contacted by a city employee or a county employee to donate for this weighing in that's going to be happening later on today, there's still another event that's coming up that we can let folks know about as well. And of course, folks can always bring food by the food bank on any time that you're open, correct?
Right, absolutely. Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 p.m.
Okay, all right. But the other big event that is the Stuff the Bus event, which is, another one of these big food drives, right?
Mm-hmm.
In addition to this one with the county and the cities, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And, I've just been with Echo for almost 3 years, so this will be my second one, and it has been amazing to see a full-size school bus be completely packed with food.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
And this, as they say in the media, is being put on by another radio station, but still a good deal and a good event to help out the Echo Food Bank as well.
Absolutely.
Saturday, November 19th, 10 to 3 at Albertsons, and that's where you'll see the empty bus if you get there early enough, and then it'll start getting filled up.
Right, absolutely. We'll have the radio station there also, doing some media. We'll have volunteers to help load it up. We'll be there with our table, and we're willing to accept cash donations too if that's easier for people. For about every $10, that's 100 meals. So it goes a long ways to help out the community.
Let me just let that sink in for a minute. You said $10 equals 100 meals? Mm-hmm. You're stretching that dollar pretty good.
Yep, we're stretching it really good.
Yeah.
And the benefit of buying in bulk,
sure,
definitely helps with that. So.
Well, I wanted to ask you a bit about the increase in prices, because we're seeing that, at the grocery store and everywhere else. There's inflation certainly in the area and in the country, but you're able to, I guess, maybe minimize the effects of maybe inflation by buying in bulk and getting some better deals, but I'm sure it's hitting your budgets as well.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps to be able to purchase in bulk. Obviously, that cost break is there, but unfortunately, we're still seeing that those prices are up. The cost of transportation is up. The time it takes to get it here now is up. What may have been a couple of weeks can be 4 to 8 weeks now, depending on, supply and demand, depending on availability of trucks and drivers and things of that nature. So we definitely feel the effects of that. And so all of the cash donations we get do not go near as far as they used to. So it's not buying near as much as it did 3 years ago.
Got you. Interesting. And I know we talked a little bit, I think, with Thanksgiving, of course, next week. Turkeys are hard to come by, and so some of your boxes may have a different bird than a turkey in them, I guess.
Yeah, so we started on our procurement of turkeys over 6 months ago. We were fortunate enough to receive some Hunger Initiative funding from the state, and so first thing I said was, let's get our holiday boxes done. So I started that procurement on turkeys. And then about a week and a half ago, guess what? The turkeys got the flu.
Oh.
You don't have turkeys now. So we have replaced those with 2 7-pound roaster chickens. So not exactly, the standard Thanksgiving dinner, but hopefully it's, going to feed a lot of people.
I think it will. And
Yeah.
I think it's nice to at least have something to substitute for. So so that was
Right.
smart. But I didn't hear about the turkey flu.
Yes,
So-
yeah. It was kind of a last minute kind of just hit. The flu can hit you just like that.
Well,
so
yeah,
I guess
that's-
it does it to turkeys too.
Sounds like foul
Evidently.
play.
Definitely some
Wow.
foul play, Devin. Good one.
Send your cards and letters to San Juan County, care of Devin Neeley. Oh, my. Thank you for chiming in with that.
Much prefer you send over some donations
There you
Yes,
go.
to
I
San Juan County.
I'm sure you would. But the weigh-in is
100 South Oliver.
today. So can people still bring stuff by, Devin Neeley?
Before 10 o'clock, if you want to
Okay.
drop it by, and even if food
All right.
donations end up at the county after we pick up the barrels, we will make sure that it gets to Echo one way or the other.
Sure. And I imagine the other cities would say the same thing.
Correct, absolutely.
Yeah. And so from the list on the screen, and that maybe you can go through a few of the things that you need if you can read it. But just tell us a little bit about what things are always kind of helpful at the food bank.
Sure. So, I mean, for the holiday boxes, obviously anything that's Thanksgiving related.
Right.
Potato flakes, stuffing mixes, gravies, the canned vegetables, canned fruits, things like that. In general, peanut butter, canned entrees. And when I say entrees, I mean like a ravioli, canned soups, canned stews, tunas, mac and cheese, just, crackers, fruit cups, cereal bars, anything shelf stable that we can use for our boxes or for our backpacks for kids.
Very good. And I was noticing, I think on your Facebook page, Nanette, there was people talking about could they make donations of things that may be somewhat healthier items. These are fairly healthy, but they're also food stable, like you mentioned. And so I guess healthy is great, but it doesn't last as long on the shelf. That's the concern, right? You've got to kind of get it and get it out then. If it's
Yeah, I mean, if it's fresh, like produce, it's
Yeah.
something we have to get out immediately.
Right.
So it's not something we can just keep and then put with the holiday boxes or just a regular food box because we want to get it out the same day.
right.
But, any healthier meals that are shelf stable, healthier items that are maybe low salt, low sugar, things like that would definitely be appreciated as well.
You would take those for sure.
Absolutely.
Very good. And that's an important thing. And certainly, I know we talk about this at this time of year with the holidays, but I know the need is year-round for the food bank. And so if folks are thinking about something to do maybe even after the holidays, they can certainly always come by and donate some more materials and more food for your families.
Absolutely. I mean, we can take the donations. If someone wants to host a food drive, whether it's an individual, a family, or a business, on our website at echoinc.org, there's a Get Involved link, and you can just go to that and you can click on the Get Involved, and it'll just route you right there. It's also a great place to go and fill out that volunteer paperwork if
Okay.
anyone's looking to volunteer, because we can definitely use volunteers as well.
Very good. And you can host a food drive and not be as trash-talking as Devin Neeley?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we might want to make that a requirement
I don't
since
know.
we set a precedent, but yeah, no. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
a little healthy competition never hurt anybody.
Right.
And we probably have 8 or 10 cases of water sitting next to the barrel outside our office right now, courtesy of Mike Stark.
Okay.
Because he did the math, and apparently,
Oh, see, he would do that, wouldn't he?
yeah, he
Yeah.
sure would. He went around the grocery store and calculated what was the biggest bang for his buck weight-wise.
Heaviest, yeah. Okay.
And Nanette mentioned how much further cash donations go. That's a part of our food drive as well. Cash donations to the food drive count 3 to 1.
So sacks of coins.
Yeah,
You would
correct.
accept, I guess.
Correct, absolutely. I don't want to count them, but that's
Right.
why we have folks from finance that deal with that.
I got
part.
you. Very good. Gold bars, I suppose, folks
Yeah.
could bring by.
Absolutely.
That would work.
Yeah.
The weight would help.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right.
Well, and we've talked a lot about the food drive in general and the need. If I can steer this just real briefly, Nanette,
Yes.
can you talk about if folks need food, if they need assistance, how do they get in touch with you? How do they get in touch with Echo Food Bank, and what sort of assistance can you provide for those folks this time of year especially?
Sure. So, I mean, the easiest way is to just come to the food bank at 401 South Commercial and get in our distribution line in the back. And then the staff will screen them to see if they're eligible for our federal commodity programs. And if so, that's something they can get regularly, not just a one-time, once-a-year kind of thing. So if they're eligible for that, they can get those. And then those who may not be eligible, because it is based on income, we have some other boxes that we can give them on a one-time basis. And then the holiday boxes, there's no eligibility for those. Just come in. We're not going to check your income or anything like that. We just want you to have a nice Thanksgiving meal.
Very good. And I would think that there are a lot of folks that maybe do come to Echo, maybe not regularly, but maybe there's something that just hits their budget, and a medical bill or a car repair bill, and all of a sudden, it's getting harder and harder to maybe put food on the table. And this is where you can also help on that one or two times that families need it.
Right. And I mean, and if they're eligible, even with that expense, if they are eligible for our TFAP or Emergency Assistance Food Program, they can get that up to 4 times a month or once a week. So, and they're eligible for a full year, and then we just recertify them. If they're still eligible based on income, they can continue it another year. So it's an ongoing program as long as you continue to meet the eligibility requirements.
Okay, very good. But the first step, it sounds like, just to show up and
Yep.
see what it is that you can sign them up for.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
And do they need to bring anything? Any other? If it's for the income based, I mean, do they need to bring proof of income or things along that line, or residence?
No.
Okay.
We do ask them for some sort of proof of identification, but we don't ask for their Social Security letter, paycheck stubs, or anything like that to access food. That's a benefit of the waivers under the USDA right now for the commodity programs, that we are not required to ask for that information. Once the public health order fully expires, which is scheduled in January, that may change at that time, but right now it's you just tell us what you make and we go with it. So.
Okay. Gotcha. Very good. You mentioned those public health orders, though, and I know that could affect a number of things too that you're
Yes.
trying to warn people about, or at least let them know that maybe some programs could be changing slightly.
Right. I think the biggest one is going to be SNAP benefits. That's the one that I'm probably the most concerned about, because some of the seniors, they just barely hit that threshold to get it. And then that if they are no longer eligible, or they go from $250 to $25, which is very, very possible, it's going to take that money away from them that they're using at the grocery store. And of course, our commodity boxes are meant to supplement, not to replace full meals. So I think that we could potentially see our senior program go up in numbers when the SNAP benefits decrease after the public health order expires.
And that's what would happen.
Yeah,
is what you're expecting.
Yeah,
to happen.
I think we'll see that number increase. I mean, and right now and during COVID with the extra benefits on SNAP, a lot of our seniors didn't access the food boxes because they had more money to go to the store on their
Right.
EBT card, and they, were able to get a better variety of types of foods. So, but I think we will see that change after the public health order expires and the SNAP benefits go down.
Got you. And so again, for I guess seniors watching and listening to us this morning, or families of seniors
Families
watching or
too.
listening, if that happens, Echo could help in maybe a different way, but they could still be a solution to this issue.
Right. I mean, if their SNAP benefits go down and they were utilizing Echo before and stopped because their SNAP benefits were higher, come back. We will have food to be able to provide.
Okay. Good to know. Very good. Devin Neeley, once again, with this big food drive, again, the biggest, I guess, that Echo
Yeah.
does during the year, and the Stuff the Bus is right up there as well. I think it's 1 and 2, right, with size. But who will get, I guess, any predictions of who's going to win at the weigh-in again today? I know what you're going to say. I don't know. I'm asking the question.
In all reality, I talk a lot of trash, but I'm also not holding my breath. The real winner is not Farmington, Aztec, Bloomfield, or San Juan County, it is Echo Food Bank and the folks that use Echo Food Bank. We're up to 92
Wow, I thought the
tons.
election was over. That was a very diplomatic answer to that question.
Well, hey, we can have some fun.
Okay, yes,
but,
of course.
but when it all comes down to it, that's really the bottom line, is the winner is the community.
Right.
We are winners already by the existence of Echo and the people that care so much to make that food bank and those benefits available to our community. We are the true winners here. So I will be very happy if we surpass the 100-ton mark, which I believe we have a good chance. 92 tons in 13 years.
Okay.
Last year it was about 11 tons of food collected, a little more than 11 tons. So I really do hope that we surpass the 100-ton mark. And again, it doesn't matter where the trophy goes. The winner is Echo Food Bank in our community.
That's very true. But still, it's nice. It's nice when it's in your office.
Yeah, hey,
I'm just saying.
I would love to display that in my office,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. Very, very good. And so for folks who are just waiting with bated breath here to see, will there be posts on
Yes.
social media with the
Correct.
weigh-in? There's going to be live streaming and
We will post
timpanis and
Yes,
everything else
absolutely.
happening?
Drum roll, please.
Okay.
The Price Waterhouse Cooper and Price Waterhouse will tally everything up.
Wow.
And
Okay.
we will talk lots of trash if we win, and if not, then
Okay.
we'll be gracious losers as well.
Okay. But we should have the results later today.
Correct.
Okay.
We will know before noon would be my anticipation, but it may not get out to Facebook as early as noon.
Okay.
We'll get it up there.
Okay, we'll watch for it. We'll share it. We'll share it when we
Thank
see
you.
it. So that'll be good. So that'll be good for everyone. Speaking of today, a busy day for
Indeed.
you. There's a
Yeah.
couple other things that are going on, and as long as you're here,
Yeah.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about them. So, if you wouldn't mind, there's going to be a dedication of a new helipad.
Correct.
In the county today. So talk to me a little bit about that project.
Yeah, out past Blanco in the Governador area, actually over the Rio Arriba line, we'll be dedicating a new helicopter landing pad. This is a really interesting effort. We've identified the need for a spot for air care to land, to pick up patients, to make transfers.
Sure.
I think 61 calls just this year.
Wow.
For service by Air Care, and it is helpful. It makes things a lot safer and more efficient if Air Care has a known landing zone to go to. They've poured a concrete pad that is on a piece of property that the use was donated by a rancher in that area. All the materials, fencing, concrete, gravel, everything was donated. This was an effort by a volunteer in our District 5 Blanco Department of San Juan County Fire and Rescue. So we're really excited for that. This has got a spot for an ambulance to park and a ramp to roll a gurney up to the Air Care.
Okay.
And Air Care can take off and get folks to the hospital a lot quicker. And that's a very exciting thing and a very needed thing for that part of the world. So,
And this is for, right, and for transportation of
I see
patients
Devin
coming
Neeley.
even further east than what
Correct.
you're talking about, right, that are coming
Yeah.
here for medical treatment.
About half of that 61 calls included transfers of patients from Dulce.
right.
It's a
Hopefully my
long drive from
background
Dulce
is
in the back of an ambulance, and
just
US 64 is not exactly the most friendly road out that direction. So if we can make this transfer at a good logical point, and this is in
I
Rio
got plenty
Arriba
of
County,
battery,
but
just
it
as
will
long as
service
it's
the Blanco
great.
area
Okay,
and
we'll talk to you
eastern
in a bit.
San Juan County
Right.
really well.
Sure.
right, bye-bye.
Well, and the lake is up there too, I suppose, not too far away.
Yeah, I don't know
Kind
how,
of.
how easily accessible it is from the lake. There are some conversations about some other landing spots similarly in
Gotcha.
other strategic locations, and some more to come on that.
Okay. But a nice story about the cooperation, I guess it sounds like, between the government and private property and private ownership of making this a reality.
Actually, frankly, we didn't even know the government part of. We didn't even
No.
have any idea. This was a totally volunteer-driven effort.
Wow.
Carrie Trujillo is the district chief at District 5, and she made it happen. In fact, she spearheaded some food box distributions during the height of COVID through
Okay.
Echo, and we leveraged our volunteers at the fire department, and she's very community-minded. We appreciate Carrie, and she marshaled the resources and told us, hey, we're going to do this. Do you want to do a ribbon cutting? And we said, yeah, sure. So,
Okay. Nice.
An awesome effort. It is a public-private partnership, but it was all done through volunteer and donation.
Well, see, but it can be done.
Absolutely.
Which is nice to see. Very good. Anything else that's going on?
We're going to be working, San Juan County is going to be working with the NMDOT, cleaning up Highway 64.
That's right.
It was my understanding their goal is to go from Farmington to Hogback, cleaning up the highway. So if you're out on US 64 today, they're actually already out on the road right now. It's not going to be very warm, but be careful if you see workers on the road. There'll be county and state workers out there cleaning up things. And then after that, it would be great if people would reduce the amount of trash that is on the side of the road, whether that is by
everywhere.
tarping their loads or just not throwing it out the window. However the trash is getting there, please stop.
Right. I think that's nice. Okay. Fair enough. And not just on that road, but there are many others that could probably use that as advice as well. So,
Absolutely.
So there you go. Well, very good. Well, thank you for coming in, both of you, this morning to talk about the events coming up. Of course, the big weigh-in later on today at San Juan County, and of course throughout the county, and to benefit Echo Food Bank. The Stuff the Bus event coming up, this weekend, right? It'll be happening at Albertsons. And then, of course, all the other things that the county's involved with. So appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you all very much.
Thank
My guest
you.
this morning, you're welcome, here on KSJE. KSJE and San Juan College present the Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week. Week 13, Review and Reorganize. Whether you're using a notebook, a laptop, or a good old-fashioned flashcard, reviewing each line of your notes helps ensure that you hit all the right information you reviewed in class, and might even remind you of a few things you would have missed otherwise. It's good to review notes shortly after class, and then again a few days later. This allows you to take a break between edits and come back to the information with a fresh perspective. The Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week, presented by KSJE and the Student Achievement Center at San Juan College.
We invite you to the Festival of Trees Santa's Sleigh Ride, December 2nd from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Farmington Civic Center. Take a magical ride through historic downtown Farmington. Make memories on a horse-drawn wagon ride, s'mores, and a reindeer scavenger hunt. Tickets are $8 and can be purchased online at pmsfestivaloftrees.org. Thank you Fundamentals Child Development, Air Star, and Four Corners Community Bank for sponsoring this event.